So we use this model of product development, like very influenced by Eric Ries and the Lean Startup movement. It was basically, this is like the model, right? Like you have some hypothesis, some idea of something that maybe people will find value in that could be good for your business. So you form all these hypotheses. And then what you do is then you test the hypotheses. As we'll see, testing the hypothesis doesn't necessarily mean that you actually build your idea, right? So you test it in some way, the fastest way you can. And then at the end, and then once you test it, you either validate or invalidate the hypothesis. If you validate it, then you're going to keep that idea and maybe expand on it. And if you invalidate it, then you're going to throw it away. And either way, you learn more about your customer or your product or your market, and that will help you form more hypotheses in the future. So like here's an example. So this is we have a product called BackType Pro. It's like a freemium model, so there's a free and pro. And this is the pricing page for BackType Pro. So you can see on the left we have free, and it just lists all the features, and free has a couple check marks and mostly X's, and pro obviously has check marks on everything. So when we were starting to build BackType Pro, we were wondering like, okay, what features should we build in this thing? So rather than like guess and just like build a bunch of stuff and then throw it out there, what we did is we actually created this pricing page before we created the product. And we just this is like what we threw up, and it said that we have this BackType Pro product with all these features. And then what we did is we actually split tested it. So we put a bunch of different variations of features for BackType Pro. And then when someone clicked on the sign up link or the free trial link for BackType Pro, instead of going to like a sign up page, it went to a survey, and it just said, we're not actually, this is still in development. Why don't you tell us more about like why you're interested in this, or what are the kind of things you're interested in? And what we did is then we took that split test and we looked at what was the difference in click-through rate depending on this combination of features. And then using that and the survey results, then we knew what were the set of features that people were really interested in that would make them want to buy this product. And then that's what we built first, right? So this is testing your feature hypotheses without actually building anything. Super cheap, no development, right? Like the actual work in this was very little. Oops. Okay, so here's another example. So this is our topics page, which is relatively new, so we're still like iterating on it. So I'm just going to kind of like go through like how did this page come about, right? How did we end up with this, which is what we have today? So our first hypothesis was that customers want analytics on topics being discussed on Twitter, right? That's our hypothesis. We're not validated yet. So what we did is that we put like a topic search, and we'd have like example topics, and then wherever there was a topic link, it was just fake, right? If you clicked on it, it went to a survey page. Like we really love this technique of like faking features and going to surveys. Right? And then we just measured like the click-through rate and then saw what people said in the surveys. And then basically if no one clicked on those links or no one searched for topics, then maybe people don't care. We need to reconsider it. But fortunately it did get validated for us. So then hypothesis number 2 was okay, what should we build on this page, right? What do people actually want to know about topics? And so we had this hypothesis that customers want to know how often are topics mentioned over time. So what we did is we kind of built this like minimal product, which is we didn't really do it for all topics because we didn't really know how to just do topic extraction. So we kind of just did it for like big topics like Nike, Microsoft, Apple, Kodak. And we kind of like did it because we have a private beta for our product, so we kind of knew they'd be interested in some of these like brands, like big brands. Right? And then we built it, and then we like just literally went and talked to our customers. Like obviously we didn't build like it for every topic, so it was really easy for us to build. And we talked to them, and we got feedback, and they liked it, and they wanted like more of this. Okay, so things are going well. So hypothesis number 3 was customers want to see who's talking about a topic on a variety of dimensions. So maybe see like who's been recently talking about a topic, who are the influential people talking about a topic, what are people saying that gets retweeted a lot that people really like, etc. Right? So we created a search index that can do those queries. Search index only contains the last 24 hours of data. We decided not to do it in the full data set because we can build this a lot faster, and we're just interested in validating the hypothesis before we build the entire thing. So we did that, and we ended up with this page. So you can see you can sort by time influence followers or retweets, and it only works on 24 hours. This has been validated, so in the future we're going to make this work on our entire data set for all time. So the things I've been showing you are all aspects of this idea of the lean startup, right? And this is kind of, the whole idea behind a lean startup is you tightly integrate product feedback and customer feedback into your development cycle, right? And when you listen to Eric Ries speak, he would say you have this build, measure, learn cycle, right? So you just have some ideas, you build a minimum viable product to test those ideas, you produce code, you then measure what's the impact, do people care about this? What's the impact does it have on my business? You produce data, you learn from that data, which forms new ideas, and then the cycle continues. And it's very much what we do at BackType, and it's helped us avoid wasted work and stay working on what are people going to most care about, how can we spend our time most efficiently. So that's what I have for you guys. So any questions?
You mentioned on the back suite that you go once a month and fix the stuff, but it's too big.
If it's too big, then sometimes we'll say if it's really important, then we'll spend more than a day on it. So you just use common sense on those things. Yeah. Go ahead.
How did the founders find you and
Yeah.
they give you an equity stake or I don't know?
Yeah. So the story of how I ended up at BackType was, so the founders, they went through Y Combinator. They were part of the class of '08, I think. So for those of you who don't know what Y Combinator is, it's a pretty innovative seed stage investment firm in San Francisco. And I always would keep track of Y Combinator because the guy who founded it, Paul Graham, is very influential. I respect everything he says. So I knew about BackType for a while, and I saw that these two guys were I just knew it was two guys, and they were building a ton of stuff and solving really hard problems. These guys were pretty hardcore hackers, right? And I like people like that. So I was looking to get into something really early stage, so I shot them an email, and then Mike emailed me back 15 minutes later, on a Sunday night, and I was like, okay, these guys are for real. And then, it just was a perfect fit, so I joined up with them. Go ahead.
You said in the beginning that you started out with about 250, 300,000, and you had 1.4 million inflows. How has that venture capital affected the company? Has it changed the direction of where you guys initially started?
No. So we just raised the million, the additional million a few months ago, and we're not really it's basically the goal of that $1 million is to get us to this a stage called product market fit. So get us to a stage where we can iterate on our product, get it to something that really people love and will and then can capture an entire market very quickly. So really that $1 million is just to keep doing what we're doing, stay with keep just iterating and hire, and it's really just to hire more people so we can get this done faster. Basically, the idea is that once you hit product market fit, we're still all engineers, right? And we're going to continue to be almost primarily engineers because we're just focused on this product. And once we hit product market fit, then that's when we'll go raise a much bigger round and use that just to hire a big sales team and BD people, so then we can just go and make a lot of money on this.
Have your investors laid off to let you leave?
Yeah. We don't even have board meetings. It's just completely run by us. Yeah. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you.